Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, my mic wasn't connected. My mic wasn't connected, and I didn't know. So now it's connected. Looking some fun times today. There will be fun times coming on shortly. Let's bring everybody in here. We shall bring everybody in the game. New players are going to enter the market. I was actually looking at the CME report here, and seems like they are cutting the rates. The rates will be cut. Just mute everybody. Okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, so if you look right here, this is a 99.4% chance that the rates are going to be cut, and then the next rate decision is going to be on the 11th, and which is that they are targeting another rate cut, which is a 72% chance. You know, and then you have another one in January. So see here, there's more chances that it's going to remain the same. The rates are going to remain the same. And then you have the 18th March, and then, you know, and then you keep on going. But currently, there's a very high chance rates are going to be cut. Extremely high chance. Man, this is going to be deadly, because oh my god, look at this 4 hour, man. If this gold, I mean anything above, I'd say anything above 1495, we're heading straight up to 1506, straight up. Look at this, because there's clean candle here to the left, which means, you know, there's a very, very high chance price is going to continue moving up. So, you know, let's see what happens. If you put buy or sell stop far from price, do you have more chance of not getting slipped? Yeah, depends. You know, it all depends. But you can still get slipped though.
Yo, Rakeel.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
Same as in the morning.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Yeah, I just came back from the gym.
Nice. What'd you work on?
Just arms, man. I was saving legs for tomorrow.
Oh, I'm gonna do legs later on today.
Oh, later on today. Okay, okay.
Yeah, there's a rate cut coming in. Rate cut
Nice.
is coming in.
So is the bigger event the rate cut or the news after when they talk about how they feel about the economy?
The what? Excuse me?
Is the bigger event, is it the actual rate cut, or is it them talking at the press conference 30 minutes later talking about how they feel about things now?
Both. The bigger event is the rate cut. So when the rate cut happens, you're going to see like a shock move to the market, right? That shock move is going to come from the numbers being displayed. And then later on, by 2:30, when they have the press conference, that's where the real fun starts. That's when they really start talking about, okay, like what's their perspective on this rate cut. Because at the same time, what I'm expecting is that when the numbers come out, let's say if the numbers do come out 1.75, that's going to be as expected. You know, when news comes out as expected, that's not considered bad, but that's considered good for the economy. You know, so in the meantime, I would say there's going to be a spike down on gold, and then later on, gold is going to start to move up as, like, you know, time passes by and the news gets absorbed into the market. Because it's the same thing it did last time, and then it's the same thing it did like before. So there's a high chance it's going to do that again. So this is kind of like the range we have on gold here. I mean, gold's at resistance. Even if it does drop, there's like a good 40 pip drop it can have, and then, like, ideally I want gold back at 1500, because technically speaking we're inching higher. You know, we're inching higher. We're at this 1495 again. You know, so once this 1495 breaks, there's a clean room to go up to 1500 and then eventually up to 1506.
Okay, I forgot. When gold goes down, the yen goes down, or no?
Yes. Yes. So the correlating yen pair goes up.
So they move in the same direction.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean that you should trade yen based on gold.
No, of course. I just was like, I know once in a while it would get mentioned in the webinar, and I always forget which way it is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because gold and yen are both safe havens, you know. So if there's some uncertainty with the U.S. dollar, everything moves towards the safe havens, which pushes gold up, you know, and then that pushes yen up too. So if you're trading a pair with yen, that then just goes down.
I got you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. You're welcome.
Hey, Rakeel.
Hey, Simon.
How's it going?
Oh man, I'm getting ready over here.
Mm-hmm. Did you see my charts posted?
Yeah. No, I haven't. Let me look.
Oh, I put them in the WhatsApp. Let me see if I can post. I'll post them in the chat here.
Is this stream live on YouTube right now?
Yes.
We're back. I better.
Oh yeah.
Better hurry up and get home. I gotta get home. I'm racing home.
Afternoon.
Oh yeah, Simon. Same thing. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the
So
same.
that's what happened last month. That chart.
Yeah, and the same thing happened the month before.
Yeah, I like them charts, Simon. They're good, man.
And then this is what. So I'm hoping it's going to pull down to go up.
Yes.
It might just shoot straight up. Because the move after the drop was like twice the size of the actual drop on the rate decision. So the other thing I noticed, the low of this week, so 1483, was the low of the rate cut fall. So if you put a line on today's or on this week's low, it lines up with the bottom of exactly where September's rate drop stopped.
Oh yeah, look at this daily here too.
Yeah.
Could go straight up to this for 1504.
So I think this this candle here, this wick here, was the low of the last rate cut, and then obviously we've had this candle exactly the same level this week. Is that just coincidence?
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, also the daily candle has broken the high of the previous daily candle, so this makes much more sense for gold to spike down and continue up.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do, Simon?
Go on.
I'm gonna take 2000
Yeah.
and I'm gonna put it in an account.
He's on a play.
Well,
Yeah. And I'm gonna trade that.
I'm not playing. It's too close to end of the month. Although, it's a good shout. I think we're going to see a good drop and then a pretty high push.
Wow, Chris, you sound pretty tired. You were yawning in the morning and yawning again.
Dude, you should know. You got Sinan.
God
You
damn.
got the same issue. Children keep you tired. Saw that playing Lego.
Alright, actually I'm gonna put $1,000 and I'm not gonna risk a lot. Perfect. So everyone on YouTube and Zoom right now, if you're listening in, I put in some money aside to gamble on FOMC. That's the best thing you can do for yourself.
Safe play.
Yeah.
Especially if you're at profit as well. You know, it's worth the risk. I think you should draw some rocket ships for that, for the highlight.
Alright, YouTube. Alright, so while I wait for this funds to get transferred, hope it gets transferred soon. That'd be beautiful.
Good morning, good morning, good morning!
Hey, how's it going?
Yo, I'm good, man. What's up?
Hey, good man. How are you?
Not bad. Just tuning into the street while I'm driving.
Shut up, man.
Bro, your mic sucks, man. Fix it.
Well, what do you expect? It's an iPhone, right? I'm not paying.
No, seriously, the volume is very low. I don't know what's going on.
I got an Android.
Your volume is very low, Constantine. Maybe you got your mic in your armpit or whatever, but... Raja, you bought gold. No. I'm not in any trades. Wow. Okay, there we go. Account has been funded.
I said gold would rally though, didn't I, this afternoon?
Yeah, man. Yeah. After you know when you were trying to get in that time and you missed it.
Yeah, because it missed that spike up,
Yeah.
and it came back and held and then filled it.
Yeah. I would say afterwards it was pretty interesting. Just
Didn't
definitely.
take a trade today, I'm just waiting.
Oh, you done none today? None at all?
Nope.
Yeah, cool.
Well, FOMC is here, Simon.
Yeah, someone else playing.
Time to lose all the gains.
Pressure. almost get suckered into buy stocks.
Yeah, I ain't doing that again.
No, I wouldn't.
I think gold might drop, to be honest. NFT's gonna push it back up. That's
All right, there we go. We got $1,000 account loaded.
Locked and loaded.
Yeah, man.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How's your legs?
Good.
There's a huge zone at 1517 that I like. If we do rock it up, I think 1517 is a very achievable target.
Yes, please, Ted.
Almost $20.
Yeah. I do think that we would have that rally, and then NFP will bring it back down into the 1500s again. Oh, fuck. Why are you cutting me off for, you? Fucking shit.
Maybe they see a Tesla and they're like, "Oh, it's no big deal. He'll catch up. No time."
No, I'm in the SUV. Stupid Uber drivers. God.
Anyone not trading FOMC? No. No. Listen, if anyone's trying to make back their losses from FOMC, or if anyone's trying to, take like a big trade, don't do it. Put aside an amount you're okay to lose, and then just gamble with that.
Yeah, because if you're down this week, I guarantee you'll be worse down.
Yeah, you'd be worse.
Yeah. Big
Like,
time.
honestly, that's the best advice you can give to anybody. I don't care what anyone says. News is gambling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and move money aside and just throw it all in, and you'll be so happy because the most you'll lose is what's in your account, but you have so much potential for upside when it happens and it goes your way.
Yeah, for sure.
Because literally, you have no stress. You have no stress. Put $100 in a side account. Perfect. If I lose $100, oh well.
Yeah.
Last time I remember, I turned 1,000 to 7,000. This time, who knows? Oh, people are taking buys.
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
The best scenario is going to be if gold dips down to 1491, 1490.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then goes up.
Take buys and boom up.
That's what I want.
That's the only time I'll consider entering if it goes down that far.
It's scary if you're trying to enter a market right now. That's nutty.
Yeah, that's worse than gambling.
Yeah. Like, that's like going to the casino and seeing that there's only like 2 hands left in the shoe at the in the like before they reshuffle everything, and putting all your money down and not waiting for the rest of the shoe to play out for the next shoe.
A lot
Like-
flipping on
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, it's like basically the whole deck has been used, and now you're putting all your money on the last 2 bets, and then like after in the next 10 minutes they're gonna reset the shoe for a fresh new set of cards, and it's like, no, you were in such a hurry to get in. That's what you want to do.
Oh.
So Ted, at the end of the shoe, you always just bet play it.
What's up, man?
Just go gold buys. Just go gold buys. You'll be safe.
Yeah, no stop loss. Hope for the best. Eventually, it's got to go back up, right?
After the account's blown.
Man, I don't understand why people use emergency lights on the highway when it's not even foggy. Like, seriously. Why? Holy crap.
Alright, I'm gonna be home in 2 minutes, anyways. I just got to get off this road. I hate driving in the middle of the day.
It's like people freak out just because it's raining. It's like, oh, what do I do? Might as well turn my emergency lights. Like, chill.
What's this? Everyone's mics are so far away except Wix don't lie. Oh.
What about mine?
Oh, I don't know how. This XSplit. Okay, how about now? Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Split.
You sound
Everyone sounds good to me.
Yeah, everybody sound far or fine except Dimitri. He sound far away.
Yeah, I'm driving too, so that's why I'm on mute.
Oh, now they're all getting echo. Oh shit, okay.
You seem fine to me.
Yep.
No, I changed a little thing there, and then all of a sudden everyone was starting to hear echo.
I don't know, Roger. I got you hooked up to the car and you sound perfect.
Yeah. Oh no, it's for the YouTube guys.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Doesn't YouTube have like settings that you can add programs so that it streams properly? I always figured that would be the best thing for them to do, like
Yeah.
compatibility things.
Yeah, they don't. I use like you need to use a third-party software for that.
Yeah, like they should just have compatibility with like Zoom or like, you know, Go Meeting and stuff like that, where you can just directly connect in and everything sort of matches up. That'd make the most sense, especially if they offer streaming capabilities. I mean, it's just silly if they didn't do that.
Yeah. Google. Can you explain how to trade FOMC? Well, don't trade FOMC.
Don't trade it.
Yeah.
And why we're here.
Chaturanga Atayana Sakayaka. Can I talk? No, you need Zoom to talk.
We're all here. Sad, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Nick. Mr. Burner in the house.
Everyone's here.
How's it good, brother?
How you doing?
I'm skipping work right now just so I could join you.
Nice.
We'll fill them pockets.
Nah, actually, I don't got a trading account at the moment, so
Nah.
I'm just watching.
Yeah, you know.
What is Kerman doing
It's
over
actually
there?
probably for the better because I usually am a big gambler when it comes to a Fed rate, so it's probably for the
Kerman.
better. I don't have the account funded yet.
It's probably saved you then, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Burner. Just open demo accounts.
Nah, I hate
Or
demo.
open-
Nah, demo account pisses me off, bro.
Yeah, because that's like what you could have won.
Yeah, I could care less about demo. I don't know, it doesn't faze me. Like when you win on demo, you feel like you're on top of the world. But then when you lose on demo, you don't feel it.
Yup.
You gotta feel your losses. If not, you're not gonna learn, you know? That's why it's even better just to open a small account with a couple hundred, and even if you lose that, you know what I mean, it opens your eyes.
Did someone still hold GJ? No, GJ ended with the stream. You know, the best buy would be either at 1490.91 or like a buy stop at 1495 or 96. Because after 1496, it could take straight to 1500, even 1499. Alright,
Gold is unpredictable.
yeah. Man, gold can create a 50 pip wick and then come all the way down.
Yeah, gold's
Yeah.
It's going to teach some lessons soon.
I'll be right
On
back.
gold is also pennies are risky to use.
Yeah. Slippage on gold would be pretty quick, I would have thought.
So we're gonna risk it for the biscuit?
I've got a really small lot ready just in case.
10.0.
Oh, look, yeah, 2.5. No, I'm playing. No, I was literally small, like 0.15, something like that. Only if I see it moving enough quick, like just jump in quick for 10, 20 pips. Just something. But I'm not that bothered if I trade or not, to be honest.
Yeah, normally I try to jump in like after the initial spike.
Yeah.
Jump in, look for like 10, 15 pips and get out, you know?
Yeah. I'm not. I had a pretty decent day, to be fair, so I'm not really. And it's the end of the month, so I don't really want to waste anything. But like Raj said, if you can risk a little bit, I don't mind losing a little bit. So.
Sorry.
But sensible head. Don't touch it with a barge pole.
Alright, let's get this 3-piece and a biscuit.
Dimitri.
And then maybe I'll have some of that fine ass steak I was cooking last night.
Constantine, you cook that for Nicole?
What's that?
You cooking steak for Nicole?
I guess so, but she's not on my bucket list anymore.
Oh no, you got rid of her?
I don't know, man. It's just like she doesn't post as enthusiastic pictures as before. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna do what I did to Anastasia and just unfollow her ass.
You know what, Claire?
What? Oh no, Nicole, not you. Don't worry, another Nicole. Trust me.
like you know I'm on the street, right?
Yeah, no.
I was gonna say,
Take it personally.
Part of Burner's game plan. You know, he's trying to sabotage me.
Oh, wow.
Man, Nicole had her sleeves up and she was ready to go in.
For real, she coming in ready with banging.
See that? Hold up there.
Gotta hop on a flight to Canada, boy.
Yeah, this is gonna be nasty. It's gonna be really nasty because the way UJ is formed to, you know, like the market structure is formed to go up on the daily hit.
UJ is just ready to just blast off the space, and gold's gonna just drop. So
This area creating
don't see gold going up at the
man.
moment. Need a break 1497. I'll just set a 5 stop there just in case. For now, I'll just chill.
Countdown. Countdown is in 10 minutes. 99.4% chance of a rate cut. These are really big odds for a rate cut, which is about to happen here. Look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty strong odds.
Yeah. And then after that, they're looking for a December rate cut down to 0.5, which will be even wow, that'll be like crazy if they do cut the rates there. Someone asked, what site is this? Well, you can see the site right here. How does the rate cut affect gold? Well, if a rate is cut, you know, that affects gold. Gold should go bullish if the rates are cut. You think rate cut? Yes, rate cut. Rate cut will increase price of gold? Yes, very likely.
Are we streaming on YouTube right
Yes.
now? Okay, guys, get ready. Get some Vaseline.
Some Vaseline.
Yeah, because you know, either way, you're gonna suffer.
Yeah, what's that? Buy stop? Perfect.
Yeah, why don't we get Danny Boy on the stream?
So 14.95.50 is going to be the buy stop for me over here.
Yeah, I got 14.95.65.
Oh, very accurate.
Yeah.
Precise.
Yeah.
That's precise.
The first zone we hit is 14.97, then 15.03, and then we return back to 15.16.
Alright, buy stop. This will be a 2-lot buy stop.
I did like your super target that got hit. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that did get hit.
That was really accurate.
It was actually, yeah.
So accurate.
I was like, damn, the super target got hit.
Yeah, take a look at this. Yeah, this is super target over here somewhere.
Yeah, bonus money. That was good.
Technically, what'll happen with FOMC is that will drop USD CAD all the way back down.
That's where it was.
Yeah, because the rates were same.
Yeah.
And this would mean gold go up.
Yep.
Perfect. So, alright, got a buy stop. 14.95.50.
Not putting in yet. I'll wait till 3 minutes before because it could go up $2 in the next minute or so. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't want to get caught like I did last time.
Yeah, that's what happened last time, wasn't it? Yeah.
Smart.
Even still, what I might do is just basically just wait for the rate cut to happen and then just catch the ride up.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, that's the smart move. You can trade the volatility after still.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll just continue to push. If it goes over 14.95, you can get in at 14.96, 14.97. If it goes to 1500, your target is basically right here, even right here. So you got lots of space.
What's that, 03? I can't see.
Yeah, 1503, 1505.
Yeah.
Ted, do you think it's gonna whipsaw this time?
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised if we come back into here again.
Yeah.
Even like over to this area here, right? Like you just have to look at the breadcrumbs that the market's giving you right now at this point. And that's sort of what I see with breadcrumbs and the possibilities of things that can happen. Because I mean, once again, retail trader, we don't know what's happening. Like, we don't really care. It's just more of the fact that when you start to see those ideas, you can be like, yes, that's where we'll drop to, if there's going to be a drop.
See, people asking what's the take profit, and I know more questions will come regarding stop losses and this and that. This is not for you to trade. If you want to trade, for sure, but you need to use your own plan here. What you're gonna do?
Yep.
Oh, some guy Jason Smith is pretty worried here in the chat.
If you have any doubts in what's going on, don't even worry about it. Why am I only able to trade $2 on a $3 account? Yeah, with gold, because gold has a different leverage because it's a metal.
And I think that tells me you haven't traded gold on TD. So
yeah, because the metal versus currency are two different liquidity. So metal is 100 to 1 leverage, and currency is 500 to 1 leverage.
All right. So as price comes towards my buy stop, I will remove it.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, we'll get rid of it.
And if anyone is not used to trade gold, don't trade it today. Choose this day.
I would, yeah. If you got a buy stop, I would have it like way above that wick today.
Yeah.
Because you know what happened last time? It literally tapped that resistance and then dropped.
Yep.
That's where my weapon's gonna go. My spread.
Yeah, don't be greedy.
I have my spread here.
So the thing is, if it goes, it's going to go a fair way, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Plenty of space to be, well, I'd even be higher than where that is on the screen personally, because I can see it moving a long way.
What are the chances of a rate cut? 99.4%. How do I know? It says right here. 99.4%.
Imagine how many people are now praying for this trade to go in there.
Oh, you know how many people are in buys and gold's gonna dip down and fuck them, and then go up.
Too many.
Why do you think USD rate cut? What's the reason? Well, they're doing a rate cut.
Yeah, US is in trouble.
Yeah.
It's a dump. You guys gotta start looking at,
news.
you know, understanding like the news and stuff like that. The last 3 times left bearish moves. What makes this one different? Why don't explain? Well, because the rate's priced in, and we're already at 1494. So unless we're going down to 1470, which would strengthen the US dollar, it doesn't make sense, right? So that's the reason why. If it does drop, catch 1491, catch it all the way down. Or you just accept the fact that you missed it. Shouldn't USD CAD drop? Yeah, but where's it going to drop to? You have a Canadian currency versus a US currency, so you have 2 countries battling there. Why would you take that chance? Especially when Canada had a rate cut today, or the rate stayed the same. There was an FOMC for Canada today too. So why would you do that? Don't put yourself in positions to make mistakes. It's not very good.
I hope everyone sees this warning in the lower left corner of the screen. This is a very important warning. Especially
3 minutes.
The last 3 words are extremely important.
Oh, I'm sure they see it, but
Don't
they
be.
probably won't pay attention.
Yo, this is going to be the last ride for enough people.
I know.
Can you imagine how many people are on their lunch break just to trade this?
Yep.
And then they'll put on their poker face and go back to work.
Yeah. I just lost everything. I gotta go back to my job.
This is my life-changing moment. Oh no.
Yeah. Honestly, this is like Publishers Clearinghouse every month. We cannot hear you. Well, Arthur, you have to turn up your volume. In the next 2 minutes, there will be people that will have made money and people that have lost money.
The anticipation of this.
Oh, it's just so funny. It just kills me because Everyone just wants to gamble. I honestly just open up a financial casino.
Oh wow, gold is going up.
Dodginess going on.
Damn. All right, the spread is coming in.
Are we coming down or are we shooting up?
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
No idea.
Someone said this is a lotto ticket. No, it's not.
Ooh, spreads are widening.
I think it's getting 2 drops.
What's UJ up to?
Imagine drop USD CAD drop. That would be crazy.
If gold drops to 1490, I'll take a buy, or even 1488.
That was my game plan. If it went down.
Gold drops to 1484, I will laugh.
Yeah, after I.
Oh, yes. Now it's buy time.
Oh, wow. Whew.
Where's it going?
All right, I'm done. So 30 pips on sells. Thanks for the signal, Ted.
Where's it going?
No, it's going up.
Going up?
Yeah, go up.
Personally, I'd be careful because daily doesn't have a bottom wick, so could head to 1484. Don't be surprised.
Look at it go.
Wow.
Oh, my buy stop's not getting activated. I'm upset.
Will be activated.
It will be? Okay.
Ah.
Damn it.
Is this grabbing liquidity to push up later on?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did cut the rates.
Did cut the rates. It's not dropping though. It's holding at that level, which is weird.
It's just waiting for everybody to jump and sell.
Yeah, like I'm looking, on the 5 minute, this is not gonna end well. Yeah. It's dipping, but it's not moving the way it normally moves, so something's up.
Watch it, wait for the meetings in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Here it comes. It's coming back.
1418 now.
You guys enjoy. I'm done.
Yeah, I gotta buy in.
I have a $10 account.
I have.
Yeah.
I took a.
Yeah,
it's buy here.
It's coming back up. It's coming back.
I have a buy open.
Yeah. It's gonna be a buy. Yeah.
I have a buy open.
If it holds this support area, it's gonna fly.
I have a buy open.
Yep. Here it goes.
I have a buy.
If it goes, if this wick creates on the 30-minute, if we get a 30-minute whipsaw like that, this is going all the way back up. Oh my God, here it comes. It's like Jaws.
My stops are break even now.
Get ready.
Here it comes.
1491. My stops are break even.
Oh my gosh, here it comes. This is going to be an amazing trade. We're going all the way to 1497. Holy fuck.
My stops are at break even.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1500 is in sight. Here we go.
Yeah, I was at 90.7.
Oh my gosh, this is going all the way up now.
Man, this could work out real good.
90.73.
Oh wow.
Here it comes.
Let's go 1500.
So I removed
1500. It's gonna come.
I removed my buy stop.
That's a massive liquidity drop.
It's a massive rejection. Holy cow.
This could quite easily get 15.
Yeah.
I've gone for 15.
So good.
Yeah, this is so good. This is gonna keep going up.
As long as I don't get stopped out, I'll be good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to get stopped out at break even.
Break even.
Institutions are on the stream.
Alright, let's attempt another one here.
I'm still in just. Come on, Ted, make a call, man. Bring some.
No, it's going to 1500. This is if you have buys at like 1489, 1490, oh boy.
1490.
Alright, I got in another one.
Yeah, I'm 90.7.
Because look at this. This is exactly where it tapped. And if it holds, you're going over to here. took out everybody that was in buys, and now it's going to move.
Gonna explode up probably.
They will.
I could buy it down there because I could go full margin, and when it dropped I bought it exact same second, so I'm in profit and break even, so I can't lose now.
Yeah, it's gonna go to 1500. Holy cow, this is amazing.
You just need this to go bullish. It's over.
Yeah, as soon as this flips bullish, it's over. Game over.
Yeah, once the 5-minute candle closes, we're gonna see.
This is literally like the nicest FOMC.
It's for sure the easiest.
Yeah, it is the easiest because everything is loading right now. We're loading to go up.
Yeah, it's low. That's
Loading that ammo.
Like it's amazing because it literally it hasn't moved. It's rejected so heavy off this area here that it's on its way up. My buy stop is going to get activated. This is great. I'm just waiting. Because normally by this time we've had a big move to either to the downside or the upside. This is just sitting.
Do you think we could get a secondary push?
Well, that's what I don't understand is in the first 5 minutes we usually get a heavy move, and we haven't got one yet. So this is actually going to be very interesting because it still keeps moving. Once we break 1492, 1493, it's on to 1495 and then basically 1500. So I'm sitting waiting.
If it can just chill where it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it. If it like it should have already gone down. Like we should have hit this area here.
I just hope people aren't being stupid.
Oh, well.
Yeah, this is entertaining, but I'm gonna buy.
Like it literally has to break this area here. It has to break this support. If it breaks that support, we're going down. But it hasn't done it yet. That's what I'm confused with. What's taking so long? Yeah, this is a bust. If the rate cut has a probability of more than 99%, why would you expect a surprise move? Well, this is not a surprise move. It's just what I'm saying is that there's no move. That's what we're trying to get to, is there's no move. There has to be a correction somewhere. There either has to be a push to the downside. We either have to push to the downside or we have to fly back up. There's been nothing. We're basically stuck
in between
in this consolidation. That's the problem. It has nothing to do with the rate that it was priced in or not priced in. It's the fact that nothing's happened. Like we're literally holding 1492, doing nothing. No,
I don't think I've ever seen this before.
Neither have I. No, I haven't seen this where it just sits there. There's always been a whipsaw up or down, and then the move actually starts to. We're now like 8 minutes in, and there's been nothing.
I feel they're gonna wait for the press conference in 22 minutes, and then whatever they say is gonna make it go.
Yeah.
No, it will go up. It will go now.
Like, did everybody go on lunch in the institutions, and now we're gonna get the move?
Yeah, I feel that they just building up their positions right now.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with Iron Man. He says gold's going up. I tend to agree because we just created that massive rejection. But why is it taking so long? Like, are they waiting for everybody to get their orders in before we move up?
It's literally giving everyone so much opportunity.
Like literally, you can all sit here and just start putting pendings at 1495, and when it blows through, it's going to go to like 1498 to 1500.
Everyone's getting enough buys, and they're just going to give you a secondary drop just to hammer everyone. Oh.
Come on.
I just hope it doesn't whipsaw.
Yeah, but it can't now because you have basically all this that we rejected all this area. So it's like literally it's just waiting over here to take off. Like we're like literally at the like Kennedy space station waiting for this rocket ship. Like is Trump waiting to get in? Like we have to wait for Trump? Like Trump, like hurry up and take a buy on your MT5.
This rocket ship is acting like an Indian ISRO spaceship. Not working.
Yeah. All right. Well, my buy stop is in at 1594, so or 1494. Sorry. So I mean, I'm waiting.
Just gonna say
1594. Yeah. I'll wait for it to come in 2 years.
In other news, somebody got rid of the GA trade.
Oh, that's good.
Got nervous.
Almost blew the account.
And I'm surprised UCAS still pushing.
Oh. Did UJ go up? Oh, you just spiked up a little
Yeah,
bit.
UJ went up.
Yeah, gold is definitely a buy.
Yeah, when it breaks 93, it's no return. 93 bend.
Yeah, I guess we gotta wait for the press conference like 10,000 people have said. So, well, play Mario Kart. I'm in the buy holding for my life. Good luck.
No rate cut. Wow. The rate has been cut.
By a quarter.
By a quarter. Someone's saying, oh, shorts, buys, nervousness, anxiety. Oh, so many emotions. Thank you. Take care, everybody. Oh, someone's leaving it. What if you buy at 14.91? Well, then, I don't know. So far, it's just stock. Dud. I was actually expecting more out of it.
I'm really confused.
I think I'll just wait for that meeting.
Yeah, we'll see what this next candle does, I think. And if not, I'm going to forget about it.
Yeah, I think I'll just wait for New York session tomorrow.
I love when price moves in the opposite direction Ted predicts because it finally shuts him up. Well, I didn't predict anything. I just said I was taking buy stops because I expected the US dollar to weaken. I didn't turn around and lose anything. The whole idea behind trading is coming up with a plan and executing according to your plan. I think Train Doodle needs to go back to the train station.
I made some pips on the bounce of 14.90 and I'm good.
Yeah, I was at 90.67 something. I got stopped out just in profit, so that's the way.
You've been dancing for the last 14 minutes to say it's going to 1500. Well, yeah, because we had massive rejection at this level, and if there's massive rejection, price has to move to another direction, and that's up. So the number of orders that are getting placed between 1490 and 1494 would then suggest that they have to go somewhere. So normally a $6 move to 1500 wouldn't be that obtuse.
Also, because we've not got very much of a whip on that one, I'll be very careful with them. It could quite easily.
That's what I mean, right? Like, so I just said I was surprised we didn't get a move either to the downside or the upside a lot stronger and faster, because normally it does move, but now people are saying it's going to wait for the whatchamacallit, the actual press conference. I'm not a hater. Ted acts like a toddler. No, I didn't say anything. I just said I was expecting, with the way that the candle was moving, that we're going to 1500. There's nothing wrong with saying that. I don't have an entry, so what's the relevancy? I told you where my buy stop was, 1495.
No, Ted, I think what he's trying to say is that you were wrong. The price went down.
Oh, okay. I was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, big deal.
It happens.
Because no matter what you say, he's not gonna understand it, because it's complicated information.
Okay, I was wrong. Sorry, everybody. Everyone, return your buy stops. Close your buy stops at 1495, please. And I'll return all the money that you had on buy stops. I'll give you all your money back.
Iron Man that identifies himself as Iron Man is spot on.
Ted, are you still holding?
Holding what? My buy stop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought drain.
Right now it says I have 0 profit and 0 loss.
Yeah, same here.
So I'll return everybody that had buy stops at 1495 and 1496. I'll return all your money that you've lost. Oh, wait a second, we didn't lose anything.
0 down.
Oh, Train Doodle got timed out.
No.
Oh.
Missed it.
Oh, poor Train Doodle. Poor guy comes on for a free stream and then gets angry because I wasn't right. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine saying, "Oh, look, he was wrong."
I can tell the world.
Yeah. How do we submit a claim for the refund? Well, you have to show me that you took a buy stop at 1495 and that price was activated in some weird fashion.
You haven't got an awful spread.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's funny.
Yeah. It's a bit of an anomaly, though, to be fair. That just really didn't like to be so slow as well.
Well, that's the only thing that I said to this. Is it should have something. There should have been a little bit more of an effect, but that's okay. Ted, it's good when you're wrong because I don't feel so bad when I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm human, so sometimes I don't predict the right things.
You and Ted both made a cock up last week.
Yeah, exactly.
It's real.
I mean, it's like what Raj just said. It's a 50-50 shot. We're either right or we're not, right? But the idea is, I'd rather be wrong and not have my order activated than wrong and have my order activated, right? So that's what I did. I took a safe trade, put a buy stop at 1495, and let it go.
It was a gamble, but you can analyse the move, what we've seen, and then that's what you'd expect next, is what you said. So, which doesn't seem to occur yet, which is
Uncle Ted, did you get your hair done? Did I get my hair done? No, I didn't get my hair done today.
Now this one can just fly out the screen, that wouldn't be too bad.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
I ain't calling it.
Yeah.
Putting anything on.
It was a fake out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Regardless, it's going to end up being a pretty big wick, I think.
Yes.
And they're going to have to go somewhere, even if it takes a while.
Ted says it was a buy. Yeah, it is a buy. At $14.95. That's what we said.
Damn, people are going to realise we're right soon.
I wish I had said where I wish I can replay the stream where I said please take buys up market. Just
thing is, everyone's took their buy stops off now as well.
Yeah, I know, and then it'll fly up. They're just waiting for all the buy orders to remove. Yeah.
Then we'll get blamed for that too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you told me to remove my buy stop.
Okay, new player is joining the game.
This is the profit music.
Alright, Mr. Clay, here you go.
I almost want to start taking any advice for people who are in drawdown. Well, where's your stop loss?
Yeah, happy.
I'm confused. Why are people in buys right now without a stop loss?
Read these last three words in the top and the bottom right, bottom left corner here. Don't be stupid.
I'm confused. Why do people take buys? What did we? Why did everyone take buys when we said to put stops above the resistance level here? Why did people take buys in here? What was giving you ideas for buys over here? I'm just confused. Like the people that are in buys right now, what was the rationale behind taking a buy there? The buys, once again, as we stated, were clearly obvious. It was above this area here because on the idea that FOMC could drop down and then push up, so you would get the momentum moving in that direction. That was the whole analysis, guys. We never called for sells. Even if I would never sell with a weak US dollar. There would never be a point for gold to sell off in a weak US dollar. I don't care if the market drops 100 points right now. The US dollar is weak. There's nothing to support that right now. And with a rate cut, that also gives the other information that the US is weak. The only way that the US dollar will strengthen right now is if Powell comes in on the actual press conference and says that they have a plan for the US economy to change the direction and they don't believe that the US economy is going to go through a recession. That will drop gold down to 1484. That's 100%. But at this point, there's nothing to support that from a fundamental standpoint. Gold's been rallying because of the tariffs being relieved with China and the US. That's why gold's been dropping. It has nothing to do with the economic conditions in gold or in the US. The economic conditions in the US are weak right now. The only reason why gold dropped from 1516 was because of the tariffs and that they were coming to a trade agreement which would strengthen the US dollar. But there's still not a confirmation of that happening yet.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
I'm humid.
Oh, Iron Man.
How are you guys?
Oh, I was like, who's this?
Oh, what's up, man?
So what I just want to say, what Ted is saying is absolutely correct. You have to take into more account these days, more than just the rate announcement. You have to take in the overall fundamentals of the U.S. economy and what's happening right now. And that's the reason why gold isn't going down, because everyone knows that the U.S. economy is a house of cards.
I mean, it's just it's like when you turn around and make the observation that we're dropping. Technically, we're dropping. So I mean, from a technical standpoint, you could have sold, but I mean, I don't believe it. I believe that there's going to be something that's going to come out. I mean, if it does drop at this point, 1484, 1483 is a very good target. So if you're in sells, that's great. But would I have taken buys at this point? Never. There's nothing to be bought. We can see that the trend is down overall, but that's just due to relief with the tensions with the trade talks. So, I mean, now that it's starting to move a bit, we might have a little bit more of information, but I would never take in a market order for a buy. That's scary. It's just the technicals don't line up correctly. It's, you know, where I took buys was on the fact that I believed that this area would then hold, this area here would hold, and that we would bounce off of that and then fly back up. But you can see now the move is actually starting, and we're starting to drop a bit. But even still, it's not moving the way it normally would. Right?
It's a very slow process.
Yeah.
Wow, someone in buys got fucked. Because they were stupid. My $1,000 account that I opened, it's at $700 right now, and I'm done. This could have been a $3,000 loss, but it's a $300 loss.
Hey, if you're trading with your rent money too, please have someone just come over and kick you in the balls.
Or please have a smaller apartment in sight.
Honestly, if you need your money so you can pay your rent, I literally will volunteer to fly over there and kick you in the balls.
Yeah.
Because you're stupid.
Kervin, when he came on the stream, he said, if you're trying to trade FMC, get some Vaseline.
Yeah.
That's why I had to get
how
on
it
there.
is, man.
That's
You
why I had to
know
get
how
on
it
there
is.
today. I saw that. I'm like, you have to be kidding me. That's why I wanted to get on there. I'm like, this is for real?
Like,
but the interesting part is people always ask when they're in drawdown what they should do. And and people are going to get mad at this comment, but the fact that you're in drawdown and you don't have a plan is your own fault.
Yep.
And that's scary, because you're essentially, that's like you driving and it's a torrential downpour and you don't have windshield wipers. Like, why would you risk it?
I always say the most planning I do is before I even get into a trade. Like, what happens if this happens? What happens if this happens? Am I prepared for that? Am I prepared for that?
That's what I mean. Yeah, like that's the first thing you have to do is really, and anything that I do in life, maybe I'm just bad like that, but I always think of worst case scenarios in everything in my life.
That's
like if I get in the car, if I don't have food, like what's my worst case scenario? Like, where's the nearest place I can buy food? What if I don't have money?
Can I handle this drawdown? If I get into this trade at this level and it goes to this next support level, can I handle that drawdown? If I can't, then I shouldn't be trading.
Yeah.
You need to understand the limits and targets. It's just straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Someone says, wow, you were also perfect.
Yeah, I am actually. Thanks.
I am perfect. Yep.
Thank you. I've been doing this for 6 years, and I've been giving you free information to tell you how to avoid all the pitfalls I went through. And yeah, I am perfect.
I've been doing it for 16 for a living.
You know, that's actually true. Like, we sit here and we give you advices on things not to do.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So wait, Ted, you're saying we're supposed to have a plan when trading?
What? Come on, Burner. You don't have to be stupid like that.
I thought I just put my mortgage on it and, hope I retire tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Oh, GJ went back up to 140.
GJ is ridiculous, man.
Man, I was watching it as well.
So I got into oil at 56.04, and I knew when I got in at 56.04, I might have to add at 54.95, which was the next support level. And guess what? I might have to add a few more times below that too. And I planned for that before I got into the trade. Isn't that crazy?
Weird.
Yeah,
seriously. Like, what? You mean you actually thought about something before you did it?
Yes. But give them all their money back, Ted.
Yep.
I'll just wake up in the morning and see which way I want something going, then just press sell or buy.
No refund. All sales are final.
That's right. Well, I always look at it this way: when people win, like when people won this morning with all the calls that we did, why aren't people paying me? Like everybody that won this morning was all happy, and we planned out the exact same thing. We did the exact same thing that we did today or this afternoon, which was here's where you should be executing from, and here's the reason why, and here are your targets. Everybody wins there, and they're happy. And we did the exact same thing in the morning with USD CAD with buy stops at a certain level, and nobody
did. I saw that this morning.
Yeah, nobody took market orders there. Everyone took buy stops and everybody won. And the same thing happened here. No one's buy stops were activated, but people decided to get fancy and take market orders, and now they got screwed, and now they're upset. And it's like, well, you did that to yourself. Like I'm sitting here.
Why are you talking logic, Ted? Stop.
Yeah.
Stop being logical.
I'm literally sitting here. I have a green line at 1494, 1494.33. I have a green line, and it hasn't been activated yet. And it's not going to. That's fine.
Your problem is you're logical.
Yeah.
You gotta stop.
Oh, conference has started. Okay. Here comes Powell. Yeah. All right, time to watch this.
And if you look at that 1 hour candle on gold, you see no rejection. You see no tail or wick at the bottom. There's still momentum to the downside. Until you start seeing wicks, why would you buy?
Yep. All right, US live stream.
Damn.
If you want the US live stream, I will put it in the chat room for you people, so you can all watch on your other computers.
I'm so confused why gold dropped. Well, since the last two FOMCs we've seen, they've cut the rates, gold has dropped. And then later on, it goes up.
All this is doing is giving you a great price to buy at some point. Once this news is kind of baked in.
Yeah, he just turned around and said, we believe the US is in a good place. Oh shit. Oh, there you go.
Oof, what a drop.
Oh wow.
This is really a muted move though. This isn't that big a move still.
Oh yeah, he's really pushing US dollar now. He said everything positive.
Is this an example of buy a rumor and sell the fact?
In the labor force by people in their prime.
No. Well, if you buy now, at some point it will go back up. At some point. What, Sean?
Rakeel, why are you making fun of my trading strategy? Why are you making fun of that?
Oh man. Oh, GG is still climbing. People already blew their accounts. That last push on gold was the account blowing move down.
Yeah, it's a dagger.
Yeah.
Which means it's time to start buying again.
Yeah.
Now all the accounts are blown.
Okay. Craddy Joe just said gold is selling now. This is the point where you have the best entry but in the opposite direction.
gold drop more?
Yep, Powell is going nuts right now.
Oh, that's what we said though. 12:30, we're gonna have more move.
Yeah, Powell, he's saying all positive things about the U.S. dollar right now.
Oh, he's lying about the state.
Yeah. They're expecting inflation to rise.
Oh, that's fine. You know, whatever they say, that's just a conference. What's this daily looking like?
It's just moving more pieces of the puzzle together. That's it.
Will we get a bullish monthly close or a bearish monthly? Oh man, if this monthly goes bearish, that's insane. But, well, whatever that's happening with this, we got NFP on Friday. So you throw NFP in this recipe over here and it's just...
Ted, did you look at the GJ 4 hour now?
Yeah, we're coming back into the range.
Yeah.
Yo, man. I'm headed to the crib. I don't know if you're trying to burn one or nothing or something, you know what I mean?
So what do we do now? That's a good question. What do we do now?
Stay on the sideline and wait for the market to...
Oh,
right.
We can make a plan for a weekend, as we can do at least.
And you don't try to take sell because you see this big bearish candle.
LeBron going with Uncle
Wow,
to the casino.
1482. Holy,
There you go.
Going.
Powell speaking it.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Woo!
Yep, Powell speaking. Now you're going down to 1474. Holy cow. Wow. Yeah, we just broke through that support at 1484, 1483. You've got a big range now, though, when you go into 1480s. You got a big range from 1481 all the way down to 1474. Wow, that's going to be good. If Powell keeps talking like this, you guys are going to...
I dare someone to take bias support.
Make a boatload of money.
Mm-hmm. I said that in the chat earlier. 74, 78 is the potential to come down to bounce.
Shit. USD, JPY is just flying.
Flying all the way up.
So is GJ just flew into 600s now.
Oh shit.
That's a little bit annoying.
500, sorry. Oh well.
It's gonna make up all of these losses.
We're gonna 1479.
I wonder how many people are holding gold buys.
I am.
Iron Man is from 1500, right?
I think my one was 1484. I think I'm 1484.
Gasoline on the way.
I'll add to it at 1474 and 1460.
Yo, Raja, can you zoom up? Oh, never mind, you did it. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I never expected it to break through 1485. So
yeah.
Now I have no analysis. Now it's just in the hands of Powell.
Well, I mean, if you look down at like when you're in the 1480s, the next stop is like 1478, around there.
Yeah, 78 and 74. I think.
Yeah, because now you're entering you're entering that zone on the 4-hour and the hourly. You're starting to pass through that zone. So you might have a good opportunity. It'll just keep dropping, but
yeah, my next support for gold is at 1474 for daily level.
Yeah. Oh well.
Good level.
Daily level, yes sir.
Good. That's a good level. Yeah, it's a good level.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy I didn't trade today. I already see traps I would have fell into.
I did have a lot of fun in Wayne McDonald's Forex Today room though. That was a hoot.
Oh, Wayne McDonald, the Tradesway guy?
Yeah, I just kept asking him, why don't you ever show your live trades, Wayne?
I think he actually did.
Did he? Finally, he might have. I don't know.
Yeah, he did. He had some crazy sells on USD TRY.
Did he?
USD TRY. He had a 10-cent lot open, and that was up like $1,200.
Are you kidding? 10 cent
yeah,
up
on a 10-cent lot. Yeah.
Oh yeah, who was it this morning you were posting about?
Yeah, the same guy, Wayne. But the funny thing is, like, he analyzes live on like 5 minutes and 30 minutes, but he talks about his trades holding on like weeks and months.
Yeah.
So what does he do? Does he look for like weekly support areas or demand areas and then just waits on the 5 minute for entries? Or
I don't fucking know what he does. No idea.
Okay, quick question. Does he use stop losses?
He always says this is plan A, it's going to go up, and this is plan B, it's going to go down. And then the next day he says, "See, I told you, the plan worked out."
Oh, one of those guys.
Yep.
Love people to do that.
Well, I told you so.
Double analysis.
Well, okay, here's gold. On FOMC, it's either going to go up or it's going to go down.
Perfect.
Nice.
See how good we are?
That sounds proper.
Perfect, man. We're right on it.
Casey Nat is mad because he traded his rent money.
Wow.
So now Casey Nat has lost money and he was stupid.
Yep. He said that we told everyone to take buys.
Yeah, Casey Nat.
True. I was taking buys, but I got stopped out on some of the push. But the retrace, I made it all back.
Yeah, I took one on the initial drop just to see if I got a little retracement, but got to break even and that was it.
But if you're going to take buys, why not lessen your lot size? Like if you usually 5 of 5, why not lessen your lot size and be able to handle the drawdown? Why would you be, especially on something like this?
But I don't understand why people were taking buys on a market order on a news event.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's sort of like, that's really the bigger issue, is like you would never take a market order on a news event because of this exact problem, that if it goes the opposite way, you're stuck.
And then on top of that, most news events will whip one way either way and then go. Yeah. So why would you put yourself at risk for that? Wait for after the retracement.
Yeah, I don't know.
The problem is most people that do it, they have the wishes and hopeful dreams of becoming millionaires overnight. That's the reason.
Yeah.
But if you go over it, usually the moves in the next 48 hours go right back to where they were before the big news announcement. If you wait for the direction and then trade it the other way, you're going to get your money. You're going to make money.
Don't say that.
Yeah, don't.
You said it's going to go back, and I added more at the bottom.
Yeah, I blew my account because you said it'll come back in 2 days.
It's just different. It's different. I agree. I understand.
Oh, man.
Well, I think GJ will be interesting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a nice move for that. I'm gonna be up early tomorrow. I'm making sure I'm in early.
You know, with gold, I know you guys don't like EMAs too much, but I thought it was gonna drop because when I seen the last hourly close under the 200, I thought the next one was gonna be bearish and respect and then drop.
Well,
now,
from a technical standpoint, it did make sense. I mean, I'm not going to deny that, but I mean, we're thinking about fundamentals.
Yeah. No, I follow you 100% on that.
But it did make sense from a technical standpoint. I wasn't expecting a sell-off, so I just didn't have a sell stop. I had a buy stop.
Yeah, especially that big of a drop too.
Yeah. Why does gold drop when the rates are cut? Because there was a news conference, which I posted, which you can watch live on Bloomberg. You can go back on this and watch this the live stream. You can go there, and all the Fed chair was speaking about was how positive the US dollar is. That's why the rate cut came in, but it was overshadowed by the fact that there was a positive spin on the news conference. So that's all.
I'm more interested to see if this 1 hour closes above 1484.94.
Well, it really rejected the 1480s.
Yeah, and if it closes like this with that big tail at the bottom, I think there's a good possibility of it going back. For sure.
Well, the fact that it's pulling back into that range again is scary. Because ideally then you have opportunities to sell below 1484, 1483, but that's a huge zone on the higher time frames.
Right.
But it's good though, because I mean, if this momentum continues, bearish momentum, you find that you can probably get an entry, and now you have a nice clean move because you have the structure to support a bearish move.
Right.
And with gold, I'm looking at 1486.3 as a strong area. Like, I know we whipped straight down through it, but if you look on the 4 hour all the way to the left, it's been pretty solid as a support resistance level, you know?
Yeah, you have to just assume that was just a spike to get a bunch of people going short again and take their money. The spike below that, they're just spiking it.
That's going to be
and then spike back up to knock them out.
Yep. Get them both ways.
See, like right now on the 15 minute, it's tapping the underside of that level. I'm talking about 1486.3. So it's testing that underside right now.
This is kind of weird.
Yeah, like, actually, in all honesty, if I was trading right now, because I'm aggressive, I probably would try to short it to fill half of that wick. So I'd probably aim for like 1483.4. So like basically 20 pips right now. Yeah.
The thing with gold is we may tap 1487 before continue dropping. I don't know.
Yeah, bro, why are you calling me, man?
That's always funny when I hear people talk about other traders, but those traders don't do any live streams.
What's going on here? Who's talking about who?
Really?
Oh, Sean Lee. Oh man, I messaged him so many times to come on the live streams, and you know what he said? Every time he said, "Oh, I'm busy doing this, I'm busy doing that, I can't do live streams," because you see trades in your dreams, and you wake up and you take trades. That's it.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm just interested to see if those traders that everybody likes does live streams every day and helps out every day, or just does magically show up every 2 weeks on Instagram with a single trade. I mean, that's sort of how I look at things. Being in the trenches every day compared to somebody just posting a random chart. I mean, I don't know. I see there's more value if that person really cared about you, that they would want to try and be around you as much as they could to help you out.
Yeah, but they're not around.
That's all I look at. I mean, I don't care about any other traders, but when people make comments about this person's better than that person, I mean, okay, that's fine, but you're still on this stream, right? So if that person was so good, why don't they have a live stream open right now so that they can help you? And why are you over here talking about somebody else? That's just, I mean, an observation, right? Like if I'm following Manchester United, why am I sitting in another football game cowling or scowling at this team when I'm a fan of Manchester United? Why am I not going to their game? I mean, just stating the obvious. That's all. That's sort of how I feel when people start talking about situations like that. It's like if they were so good at what they were doing, they would have the live stream open and helping everybody out, but they don't. But so I sort of asked that question.
I would like to learn your guys' short-term strategy because I have my long-term strategy, but I would love to join or pay whatever you guys need me to pay to. I would love to learn your short-term strategy.
Yeah. No, I mean it's just. I mean the strategy is sitting here. There goes gold.
Nice gold.
Yeah, it's just doing what we do now.
Oh God!
I'm telling you, it's not gonna go all the way down before
It's gonna
retracing.
go all the way up.
It's gonna retrace at some point.
Raja updated his.
It's going to 1500, Ted.
Oh, okay. Well, I might as well put my buy stop back in again.
Yeah, buy stop's valid.
And gamble your rent.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Now I'm up $50 from negative 300.
Well, I mean, I think all those other traders that shorted are still holding, and I guess they got all stopped out right now.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Oh well. Such is life. There goes 1490.
Yeah, there's no new cars for the gram tonight.
All right. So who's stupid now, huh? Who said I'm stupid?
See?
All we said, there will be a spike down, and then it's gonna go up.
Yeah.
That's a nasty. If the 1 hour candle go bullish,
this is gonna be a hell of a liquidity grab if that's what it ends up as.
Ted, I am not taking anything yet. My buy stop was at 1495. All I said was if we held below 1484, it would drop to 1470. We didn't hold below there, so that's an invalid analysis. There's nothing wrong with saying that. It's just planning. This is how you plan out a strategy. Like it's the same way when you play sports. You go there to score goals, but when you get on the field, you have to make changes and make adjustments. Like it's not anything new.
You have to adapt, but you need to have
Yeah.
a overall idea of what you're playing.
Oh, really? Burner? Danny's in again?
Oh, man's selling gold.
I didn't take any trades, man. I'm done, man. This market is not even lining up with anything. I'll come back tomorrow when the market resets.
Yes, sir.
All right.
This is ridiculous. Gold is killing everybody.
Man, I was just about to say. There's accounts ending all over the planet.
Yeah. Take sells. Oh, damn. Buys. Oh, no. Back down again.
And here's us chilling with our buy stops.
Yeah, exactly.
Watching it all unfold, ready to claim all the money.
Like that 15-minute candle just basically went up for no reason.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, just fancy.
Danny bought GJ right now.
Huh? I can see the headline right now. Forex traders lost $2.7 trillion short in gold environment.
Danny lost. What is it? Danny's buying GJD. Nice. That's a good call right there.
Sean Lee's stop loss was at 1486, so he just got stopped out of all his positions. So that's some good marketing for you guys.
Who got stopped out?
What?
Well, because they were all talking about how Sean had called this position, and his stop loss was at 1485, and it just got taken out. So,
who's
not the great Sean? His stop loss, he's the drawdown king.
Oh no, he was in profits, and now he's happy. So he's back on Instagram with charts. He shows up every couple of weeks after they do a course. They have some money to put in the accounts, and that's when they. And that's when they start showing charts again. It's actually right about
Wow. And then it'll go back into the enlightenment and woke stage.
Yeah. For 2 weeks, there's been a countdown to a brand new course. They do the course, and then suddenly now there's trades again.
It's too funny to even. It's very obvious.
Well,
Who is this Sean guy? Who is this Sean guy?
It's just an Instagram trader people follow.
Oh.
A bit of a god.
Their course is like $6,000 or $5,000, and stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the only reason is because they have McLarens and Lambos.
Yeah, you guarantee the Lambo though. So,
Oh, Danny Boy has buys on GJ.
Yeah, I know.
And he's buying a resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always does that,
And he
man.
jumping in more position.
When Danny goes in the drawdown about $300, I'll take some buys.
yeah, Danny needs to wait till London.
He's your best indicator, yeah?
Danny Boy.
You be getting those perfect entries wrong direction.
Yeah.
I have a couple go-to guys on YouTube that I go to be my indicators too. Whatever they're doing, I do the opposite. It's beautiful.
There's so many.
I wonder why that happened. I'm not gonna lie, I was in a stage like that for like 4 months straight. I'd enter a buy, it would drop. I'd enter a sell, it goes up. But I just like to try to figure out why that happens to others. Like, what is it in the psychology that they're seeing? You know, like, what are they seeing wrong?
They're just thinking they're in momentum. They don't pay attention to like a zone. I think that's what it seems to be to me. So you see it going up like DJ has now. They probably don't even look at the high time frame. So just, oh, it's going up. Let's buy it.
It's not already because GJ could pull back towards 140, 250.
Yeah, I'm back to 140 again.
So he's gonna be in drawdown for the swap.
Oh, for sure.
I think a lot of times when you said it for a while, it went the opposite direction because you were probably seeing it go down. You're like, I have to get into a sell now when you should have been in a sell a long time ago, and you should be buying. So the mind says you have to get into a sell as you see the charts going down, and that's the exact opposite of what you should be doing.
Yeah, like what Vinny's saying, they feel like they're missing a trade, so they just want to jump in.
Yeah, that's it. You don't look at the full picture on all the time frames. I think that's the main problem.
Look at that wick on gold.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's gonna fly tomorrow, I think.
That's a big deal though, because now if this 30-minute close above 1490, Asian session in London, we are going back up.
Yeah, there's gonna be a big move.
I'm just sort of confused. I mean, this has not been a good FOMC at all, and the thing is, if it pulls back into that like 1491 area, this has basically created the demand zone to go back up to 15, 16.
Yeah.
So if you look on your higher time frames, you'll see now there's a huge zone that's being created right now in this area. And that zone is now being created to go back up to 15.
I was supposed to.
Burner, Mike.
Burner.
I think it might take Friday to be a catalyst now.
But what Ted is saying too, think about it. I always look at it as a rubber band. In order to get to 15, 16, it just didn't have the momentum. So the rubber band has to be pulled back, drop, and then shoot back up.
It's
exactly right.
It's very scary because essentially, if you were to black out, like say for example, you black out, I don't know, Raja, can you see your chart? Can you zoom it down a bit on the 4 hour? Yeah. So what basically is happening now is you have. So let's do this. Make it very easy for everybody. Let's take away all this. Let's take away this, let's take away this, right? So now what you do here is you say, okay, actually let me do a little bit more. So let's take away all this, right? So you don't know what's going on in here. So I'll take away all this to make it very easy for everybody. And then what we have when you turn around, you do this afterwards. You have this huge zone here, and now you have what's forming over here, a zone, right? So now this is how you would look at trading this, right? You would say to yourself, okay, if this is now a new zone forming, the idea would be over here in this level, you're going to have pushes in here, right? So we've established a zone on this higher time frame. This is your zone. So anywhere in here is toxic, right? Because we don't necessarily have a what I would say a specific idea, right? Because what we would want to see for a downtrend or a bearish trend is you would want to see candles like this, right? We all agree we want to see candles doing something like that. But because we have a massive rejection here, now we've created a zone. So you turn around and say, well, Ted, should I start taking buys, right? And I say no, because what do we know about specific zones? Zones can be tapped into it several times before we start moving. Now, if you turn around and you look now to the left, you see different rejection areas that have created, what you would consider this being your supply area, right? So this is our high level, and then this is basically demand now. So if that plays out accordingly, you may have taps into the demand zone to then start to further to go move up because of the fact that you have all this movement here. So the key for this, when you look at this opportunity, so when we look back at this opportunity, the key will be how price reacts into this area here. Like what happens in price? What happens with price here? Does the next candle form a wick and drive through? So do we get basically something that happens like this? We get a wick fill, or do we just have a fill halfway and then we start to exit and then eventually start to go further up again? That's what you sort of have to start looking at in terms of how to play off this zone, right? So if you're going to be safe, the other thing that's come up now in terms of this zone is a safe sell opportunity, right? So if we look at this and we say that this is a danger zone, so this is red, now your safe sell opportunities will come probably over here, right? And now your safe buy opportunities will be once we leave this and we have candle confirmation to start going up here. So now you can start moving and start looking at potential options for your trades. So this is how you would map out, or this is how I map out my opportunities. Based on what happens in this area here will determine where I believe the market is going. But now I see higher end targets up over here, and then on the lower end there's probably a target like at 1460 or whatever it is. But now you can start saying to yourself, okay, how am I going to plan this out, and what am I looking for in terms of the move? That's all. So hopefully this gives you some insight into what you want to do.
So, and if you go to the 1 hour chart, the 1 hour chart last time had a huge tail, right, longer than the body of the candle. If this one again does the same thing where the wick at the bottom is longer than the body of the candle, I think that's your confirmation that's going bye north.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree, and I was just trying to give like the 80% rule, right?
Yeah, no, definitely, I agree with you.
Yeah, like if you're a really aggressive trader, you would be taking buys right now, and you'd be holding them, and your stop loss would essentially be right over here. You would be placing a stop loss here. The idea is what I'd wait for is I'd wait to see sort of what happens in this area here. We go up and down or whatever, dip down one more time and go up. But yeah, this would be your optimal buy area at that point. If you're looking to go long, because you're expecting this to reject and then to start to fly. That's all.
Yeah. There it goes. Come on.
Yeah, this seems 1487 was the support. I was just looking to see where it closed. It closed above 1487, so this justifies buying later on.
Mm-hmm. But if we could get one more candle like that on the 1 hour that closes just like it is right now, I think that's that would give me more confirmation for sure.
Oh man,
like if it did nothing else but close right where it is now, I would probably gamble my red money.
Even if this closes above 1491, if someone's holding buys, that's a great position then, because it's gonna fly afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean it's just an opportunity. I mean, you take a look at what you want to do, and that's it.
You know the good thing about Forex is an open casino, because guess what? You can always deposit with your credit card.
Yeah. Instantly.
So you got a chance to get back your rent money. Just grab that credit card and make a deposit.
Oh God. So many people just done that. They said, that's a good idea. Really not.
Yeah. So I mean, but once again, like, see, here's the thing, and this is what I try to express to people, is, you know, it's not necessarily trying to call the exact move, and it's not trying to be a right 100% of the time. It's trying to take the best opportunity in the trade, because like I always see the YouTube chat go nuts, and like people are calling sells to 1400, buys to 1800, and it's like, you have to be able to map out and put a roadmap out there for a logical idea. Just saying 200 EMA, head and shoulders, all this stuff, it doesn't help you. It's not going to benefit you. You really need to really sit back and say, hey, what is my plan, and what am I comfortable with? What risk am I comfortable with? And if the market is going bearish, where is going to be the best opportunity to enter? Because technically speaking, if you were to enter the market in terms of bearish right now, you got to fight through all this. That's a lot of work. If you're going bullish, you got to fight through all this. That's a lot of work. So now you're stuck in this like sort of happy medium here, and really all you're doing is you're putting stress to yourself instead of saying, hey, listen, if we go below this area here as an example, or above this area here, wherever it's going to be, I will have stronger conviction to move or to take a position in that direction. That's, I think, what a lot of people miss out on, is they don't evaluate the market. They just look at, well, I'm going to miss out on the opportunity. You're not going to miss out on the opportunity. You feel as though you're going to miss out on the opportunity because you haven't planned the opportunity accordingly, right? If I know right now that this is going to go up, I can activate my buy stops over here, and I know that we're going to continue going up. If I know we're going down, I can activate sell stops down here, and I know we're still going to go down. I don't have to try and fight through this storm, and that's the biggest mistake people are making in terms of trading. They're trying to catch the top and the bottom, and all it does is it hurts you, because you're not making informed decisions, right? Like, look at this candle right now. So we had a discussion with this specific candle. Some people will take buys, some people will take sells. Who's right now? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But you can be right based on your risk tolerance. Hey, I'm going to take buys providing we don't break this low. I'm going to take sells providing we don't break this high. Once that happens, you have to now exit the trade, because you've either profited or you've lost. The issue becomes now is when we look at logical deduction, where are all these orders now going that just got rejected, right? Where do we think we're going? Chances are they're probably going up. So you as a trader now have to make a decision over here, and you have to say, what is my risk tolerance comfortable with? Am I comfortable risking a stop loss this wide for a potential gain of this? Maybe it's not. So now you have to sit back and wait, and you have to wait for support to be formed, or you have to wait for resistance to be formed. That's what you need to do, and that's how you have to attack the markets. The issue is too many people have egos, and they want to be right so that they can tell people who they don't know, who are random, that they were right. And that's not a good way to trade. It's not a good way to live your life. It's not a good way to trade. We all make mistakes. We are all right at the same time. The problem is, are you going to be here for the long term, or are you just trying to gamble your account away? That's basically what it comes down to. And
wow,
you understand that, and basically do your thing. But now, like, people don't want to accept that because it's not glamorous. It's not glamorous to put a buy stop over here, right? because the buy stop didn't get activated. So now you've been sitting for an hour waiting when you could have taken market orders and sold all the way down here, and then it whipsaws back up, and now you're stuck again.
Yeah.
Right? Where here, we've been sitting patiently waiting.
Good gracious.
So everyone who took sells, where were you closing your positions? You were expecting it to go down to 1460, and now we're back at 1492. So now what? Like, what do you do now?
But even if you took those sells, whenever you get up, if you get up $4 or $5 on gold, your stop should be at break even.
100%.
There should be no reason it should never become a losing trade. And as it goes
100%.
down, just move your stop into more profit.
Yeah, especially with gold.
No one should have lost money selling gold. You should have moved your stop to break even. And you got to break even. So what?
Yeah.
So I bet there's people looking now on like a smaller time frame thinking they've missed a move. That to me looks like there's going to be a hell of a move up.
And look at GK, it's just in the 14300. Ay. Somebody gonna have a headache today.
Definitely early London session tomorrow. I like them moves.
Wow, this shit is about to turn. This is about to turn.
It's going for the break this time. It's going for the break of 1496.
Yeah, I just closed my trades here.
You had buys, Rakeel?
Yeah, I had buys. I was down to, I opened a $1,000 account just to like gamble with it. It was down to 400, and then I bought at the bottom, and now it's at 1,800. So I made like $800 profit.
It's a good trade, man.
Yeah, the only thing that really put me off was this spike down. I was expecting to price maybe come down to 1490, 1486 the most. But when it came down to 1480, I was like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happening. Came up above 1487, added a buy, and went up above 1490, added another buy, and then closed that resistance here.
So one of them is asking, are you buying? Please don't be buying right now. Wait for it to retrace down before you buy again.
Yeah, if you buy now, your stop is going to be 40 or 50 pips.
Like wait for a trace back down to 1491 or possibly 1484. But if you're buying right now before it goes above 1493, you need to have your head examined. Yeah. But if it goes above 1493 by $4 or $5 and then retraces back to 1493, then you can.
Damn, Danny Boy's chasing trades today. God damn, he's almost back to the original.
What?
Gone again?
Yeah, man.
Damn, he just lost on GJ buys. This dude is up $1,600 and he's down a negative. That's called over trading, folks.
Wow, yeah, he was up 1,500.
But that's something stupid, though. Buying at resistance at this time of the day.
It's just lot size.
Trader knows that at this time we're gonna have a pullback. Like I said, 140, 250 at least. And why in the world he's buying resistance?
He had a one bad trade that took almost half the account.
Yeah, that's when you step your game up and put 6 lots in
Shit,
there.
so this morning he was around 7, almost, right?
Yeah, he was at 61 or 62 this morning.
Ish.
You went from 62 to 37.
3,700. Jesus Christ, man.
Come on, Danny. I got faith in you, man. I got money riding on this. Man.
Is he on a live stream too? Is he live streaming now too? Or where are you guys seeing that?
Not live stream. Oh, just
I want to see this guy.
This is Q Bank's challenge.
Wow.
I wouldn't mind doing that, you know.
Well, at least he can go to the bank and become a liquidity provider, right?
Hey, I'm gonna bet $100 he's gonna take another trade in the next hour.
Now he's gonna start selling gold.
Man, he traded every pair in the forex markets.
He'll be on Bitcoin before the end of
We gotta have the Danny indicator.
Oh my god.
Alright guys, I'm gonna head off.
Okay, Raj, I'll take care,
I'm
man.
gonna head off.
Thank you so much, man.
If everyone has any questions, just rewatch the stream. Right, Sinan? Very nice.
Sinam, take care, buddy.